Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. This is Antony Carpen here at the Queen Edith's pub, and I'm doing another one of my local council interview recordings. I'm here with Manas Deb, who is standing for the Conservative Party in the ward of Queen Edith's, and I'm here to interview him now. So if we say, good afternoon, Manas. And,
good afternoon to you.
So first of all, thank you very much for the invitation. And, well, please, can you tell us more about you and why you're, a little bit about your background and why you're standing for election, please?
My background is, I'm a chemical engineer and I'm a local businessman. I'm doing community work for the last 15 years and I have organized several cultural events, community events, fundraising events, locally in the Queen Edith ward, using the local primary schools, Queen Emma, Queen Edith, and also the Hills Road Sixth Form College. What motivated me to join politics last year was to solve the local residents' parking issues, which was bothering for a long time. Now, I found that residents living near Edinburgh's hospital, they have difficulties parking near their homes. And also the residents living opposite Hills Road Sixth Form College, they have the same problem. So recently I took up this matter with the managers of Edinburgh Trust. I had a long meeting with them to find out how we can solve this problem together. The facts and figures really surprised me a lot. Edinburgh's Trust informed me that currently they employ 9,000 people. At any given shift, they have over 4,000 people working. Unfortunately, they only provide car parking spaces for 2,400 staff members and just over 1,050 for patients and visitors. This is highly inadequate. No wonder the staff members are gridlocking the nearby residents. Now, I have also interacted with the Sixth Form College and found that from local residents that a lot of students from Hills Road Sixth Form College and also the London commuters and the city centre visitors, they are gridlocking the side streets. Now, this has to stop. Now, I'm pressing on Edinburgh's to increase their parking capacity by building another multi-story car park and also to introduce parking charges based on the income level of the staff member so that they don't feel pressure. Now, I strongly advise the students of Hills Road Sixth Form College to use bus to commute to their college. The Hills Road is well connected with the stagecoaches City 1 and City 7 and also Bebraham Road Park and Ride. The train station is only 10 minutes walk from the college, and also there is a nearby Clifton Road Park where they can use this facility for their commuting. And I would request the London commuters and city centre visitors not to leave their car forever in those side streets. There should be a time restriction for up to 2 to 3 hours to reduce the traffic congestion. And this is what I'm trying to implement with the help of community and also the county council. I had some conversation and meeting with the director of strategy and transport manager from county council and also the Edinburgh Trust, and I'm pressing on them to also expand the bus station where more people can catch the bus, come to hospital. That will definitely reduce the traffic congestion.
So it's obviously clear from the feedback that you've had, and it's been my experience growing up in this ward, that parking seems to be an issue that's never going to go away. And it comes up repeatedly at local council area committee meetings. Same with Hills Road Sixth Form College, where I used to go parking around areas where my friends used to live was a continued problem. So with the ideas that you've had, what has been, first of all, the response of local residents who you've spoken to, and also the initial responses from the institutions concerned, such as the local council, such as Addenbrooke's, such as the principal of Hills Road Sixth Form College?
Edinburgh's hospital managers, I had very positive response. They want to work closely with me to reduce the traffic congestion. They said they will look into the proposal of the parking charges, if that can be introduced based on income level. They said they will also look into the proposal of expanding the bus station on site, because that bus station has approximately 25% unutilized plot. And if that can be expanded, that means more buses can come in and more passengers can catch the bus and visit the hospital, and that will definitely reduce the traffic congestion. I have also interacted closely with the residents of Marshall Road, Blinko Grove, Hartington Grove, Glebe Road, Hills Avenue. What they feel, there is nothing wrong to park car on those side streets, but it should not be forever.
Right.
There has to be some time restriction for up to 2 to 3 hours, so that everybody feels comfortable. And
what's been the response from the councils with regards to the proposed system of parking permits?
Council is, probably going through a consultation process. They have also suggested that, a possible resident permit may be introduced, but that needs to be discussed with the local residents.
The list of roads that you just mentioned all are side streets that come off Hills Road. And you've mentioned in your, I think it's in your first leaflet, or was it your second leaflet, that the quality of the road improvements was actually very limited, and that the improvements that were done last year are already showing signs of wear and tear. I just wondered if you could speak more about it.
The Hills Road has been the big letdown in recent times. The Hills Road cycle path, construction started in January 2015, and as per plan, it was supposed to be finished in autumn last year, but looks like it's going forever. And there are several big potholes on Hills Road, and because of the road construction, it is clogging the traffic back and forth to hospital and to city center, and people are wasting hours on the road and missing appointments, and that's definitely not acceptable to local residents, and something needs to be done. And I believe it is high time to take action.
Still keeping with, and one thing that's really striking in this interview, Manas, is the issues that we've primarily spoken about have been transport ones, which actually reflects the concerns across the city. Cambridge has a huge transport and by extension housing challenge that we've got to overcome. One of the proposals that has been around for quite some time, as you are aware, is the Addenbrooke's railway station, which has huge potential, in particular obviously with the developments of the Oxford to Cambridge East-West Rail following the recent announcements there. But also there's the Haverhill Rail campaign, which we briefly spoke about earlier. I just wondered if you had any thoughts on how building the Addenbrooke's railway station and linking up potentially to large towns such as Haverhill could help alleviate some of the problems that we're seeing on our roads.
I've been campaigning for Edinburgh's train station since last few months, and I believe it's high time that the rail station comes up so that people from nearby villages and towns, including Haverhill, can commute by train rather than coming by car, and that will also reduce the traffic congestion facing the Queen Edith ward. And currently the proposal is under consideration, and there are currently they're exploring both the technical and commercial feasibility of station. a key issue whether it is possible to have a station on the current 2-track layout without causing delays and disruption to the services. Now, at the moment work is being led by a private company, John Lang, and they are heavily involved in the developments of the biomedical campus and previously built privately funded railway station. So there are a number of potential locations for the station, and this needs to be worked through, and a key consideration will be between the station and the hospital.
Now, moving on to a slightly separate issue, you've said your style of campaigning is going to be very, very positive, really focusing on what the issues are and also on the strengths of you as a candidate rather than anything negative about the other candidates. I wonder if you could say a little bit more about why that is and the impact you think things like Prime Minister's questions and the behaviour of politicians using negative campaigning has on what people think about politics in general.
See, as I've told you, Anthony, I come from business background, and one thing I've learned in business that negative campaign, negative publicity, talking poorly about competition does not help you at all. And I don't believe in negative publicity. I am focusing on what I can do for the community, and that's my only objective. I am really not interested to know what and how my opponents are going to react. I have several social medias. I am doing door-to-door campaign, which I believe will help me to interact with elderly people, because older people, they like face-to-face meeting, and I'm trying to reach younger generation through Facebook, Twitter, and website. Possibly I'm the first candidate in city council election this year to have my own website, and I'm sure this will help me tremendously to interact with younger people, generation next. But older people are very important. They're close to my heart, and I'm knocking every door to interact with them as well.
Why should potential voters select you as their choice for Queen Edith's? What specific strengths do you have that will make a real difference on the city council and to the community?
To answer to your question, why they should choose me as their city councillor, because it's better opposition. Right now in the council, there's only one conservative councillor. We need to have better opposition to voice our opinion. And secondly, I believe if local government is conservative, then we are better placed to talk to central government, and there will be better synergy between local conservative councillor and central government. And C, being a businessman, I can bring in my business experience to make some changes more efficiently in the world.
Okay. Is there anything else that we haven't covered in this interview that you want to touch on?
Yeah, a little bit about the proposed ban of taking left turn from Hills Road to the Queen Edith Way. I have interacted with several residents in Holbrook Road, Glebe Road, and they strongly oppose the idea of proposed ban taking left turn from Hills Road to Queen Edith Way, because that will further increase the traffic and clogging up the side roads. And I'm campaigning to make sure it doesn't happen. So that's one thing I wanted to touch. And also, second thing I wanted to touch is, I support the Friends of Nightingale Park and the Queen Edith Community Forum for their great initiative to turn the old bowling green for local community gardening, and also to rebuild the next door pavilion for multi-purpose community work, as well as with a kitchenette. And I also support the Friends of Rock Road Library for transforming it into a great community hub which is already bucking several trends. I support the community initiative to save the only post office we have, and I also support enterprise. I support local pub, I support local shops, and also I support a local butcher if we could have in our ward, which will be wonderful.
Which like
for
we used to have
local
over
business.
the road, didn't we?
Absolutely. And I also support Cambridge Older People Enterprise because they do great social work. They organize social events and lunch parties which keep the older people going, and it's a great initiative. I support all these causes.
Councillors represent everyone in the ward, don't they, rather than just members of a political party or the people who voted for them. So I guess what's your message to the whole community in terms of you being potentially their representative?
I listen to everyone. The people voted for me. The people, they don't vote for me. Everyone is equal to me. I will treat everybody's concern with priority, and I will make sure I live up to their expectation.
Lovely. Manas, thank you very much.
Thank you.